Imagine being able to earn any amount of money you could wish for. It may seem like you can only dream about that, but today I will dispel this myth because if you look back at John D. Rockefeller and how he made his $1 billion, you'll see that he followed the same pattern of making big money. This is because, as he once said, the ability to make money in the right form is unshakable. If you want to get wealthy, subscribe right away. John Rockefeller is the world's first dollar billionaire. Rockefeller contributed $2,000 to the startup capital of his first business. Of these $1,200, he borrowed from his father, and in 1937, when Rockefeller died, his fortune was estimated at $1.4 billion. In today's realities, this would be $318 billion. For comparison, the wealth of the wealthiest men in the world, Elon Musk, is estimated at only $219 billion. After studying the biography of John Rockefeller in more detail, I realized that the secret of his financial success lies in just a few monetary skills, and while you are giving this video a thumbs up, I will reveal to you the essence of these skills. Keeping track of your money. At 7, Rockefeller earned his first money on a neighbor's farm where he helped collect potatoes and raise rabbits. Then he followed his mother's advice and made his first entry in a ledger where he put down everything to the last cent, how much and for what money he received and how he spent it. These analogs of the modern cash flow statement, one of the tools that are used to keep track of the business's finances, he held until his death, and John lived for 97 years. Rockefeller biographers like to mention that he grew up in a low-income family. Information on how much his father earned was not found. What we know for sure is that the father of the future billionaire was a traveling salesman, and he traveled a lot around the country. And while the head of the family was absent, Rockefeller's mother had to save money. Hence, she developed the habit of counting every cent, which she instilled in her children since childhood. John saw how keeping track of money helps to multiply it. Despite his parents' wishes, Rockefeller elected to attend a commercial college and major in accounting. When he graduated and began working as an assistant accountant, his bosses immediately recognized and valued his love of numbers. Rockefeller's eyes would always beam when he was given such assignments because none of his coworkers liked to mess with completed periods and projects. It is important to emphasize how strongly John was committed to financial literacy and that it was his financial knowledge that served as the foundation for his future wealth. So I advise you to focus on personal financial education. Rockefeller's starting salary was $17 per month. From the second month, it was already $25, and a year later he became a manager with a salary of $800 per year. Don't be frightened to borrow. Business owners view borrowing as a bad thing that should be avoided. The example of Rockefeller demonstrates that they are not required to do so. If Rockefeller hadn't borrowed the money needed to start his business from his father, he most likely would have worked for hire his entire life. Rockefeller preferred to sell shares to the next investor even when he had enough of his own money. He also invested his own money but also kept it as a reserve. Rockefeller's first business was a small logistics firm. In the first year, he accepted orders for $500,000, and the money to support them quickly ran out. Rockefeller was also heavily in debt to his father, who extended him a loan at 10% interest. It wasn't simple, but he managed to do it. It is said that only those who lack financial literacy do not fear taking out loans. They vary from Rockefeller in that he intelligently borrowed money to accomplish responsibilities. No matter how challenging it was, and he faced many challenges in the early years of his commercial career, Rockefeller was always cautious to satisfy his obligations, even financial ones. He would always find the right amount by the proper date and detailed this in his memoir, How I Made $500 Million. When it was least convenient, Rockefeller's father came to his office to make a loan payment and stressed that he wanted the money immediately. Rockefeller himself finds it difficult to determine whether it was an accident or if his father purposefully chose the dates for educational purposes, but either way, each creditor, including his own father, received from him what they were owed when they were owed it over time. Banks would take Rockefeller at his word, giving him access to all of their savings because his reputation in financial matters was the best guarantee. Therefore, you should remember to keep an eye on your credit history and keep up with any changes. When Rockefeller borrowed money, he always considered when and how much he would have to pay back, how he would return it, and how much he would earn on borrowed funds. If he invested his own money, he calculated when and how much he would multiply it. As a result, Rockefeller was able to borrow without fear and regularly fulfill his obligations. If an investment resulted in an increase in output or a decrease in costs that was followed by an increase in profits, Rockefeller would spend millions of dollars in those businesses. Rockefeller stayed on course. Rockefeller was the first in the United States to stop hauling oil in wooden barrels on horseback and to start transporting oil in tanks by rail, driving entire trains across the country. It was he who stopped saving on the safety of refineries when he assessed the damage caused by constant fires, and the first American refineries were literally sheds. The oil men thought oil is a profitable business, but soon it will be all pumped out, and therefore they did not see the point in investing in the infrastructure. When Rockefeller began to export oil, he required devices to transfer it from tanks to tankers quickly. Rockefeller, at his own expense, equipped the necessary railway stations with him. At first glance, he just gave them to the railroad for free, but this, in addition to the volume of transportation, became an argument for lowering the tariff and allowed Rockefeller to transport oil by rail 3 times cheaper than his competitors. Rockefeller also owned several iron mines. When he realized it was more profitable to transport ore to blast furnaces and ports on ships than on trains, he built his own fleet from scratch. Rockefeller's partners considered his innovations too risky and did not want to invest in them. In such cases, he said, "Okay, I will invest the money alone, but all the profits will be mine too." After that, the partners immediately became accommodating. Everyone knew that since Rockefeller was ready to invest the loan, there would definitely be a profit. The concept of wealth. There are truths in the world of finance that have long gone gold and are guaranteed to make a lot of people rich. That's exactly what John Rockefeller's money skills are about. Their simplicity and accessibility may scare away most of you. Those who find the strength in themselves and can properly manage those will achieve their personal financial goals in no time. Congratulations, fellow wealth wizard, on reaching the end of another insightful journey into the realm of finance. If you've enjoyed unlocking financial secrets with us, don't forget to wield your magic. Tap that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you never miss a spellbinding update. At Wealth Wizards, we believe that the power to shape your financial destiny is in your hands. Share your thoughts, questions, and money-making charms in the comments below. Our community thrives on the magic of collective wisdom. Remember, the journey to financial greatness is a never-ending adventure. Equip yourself with the knowledge you've acquired and watch your wealth multiply. Keep conjuring prosperity, keep chasing your dreams, and keep mastering the art of financial wizardry. Until our next enchanting encounter, remember, you're not just creating wealth, you're weaving your future. Stay spellbound and see you soon in the mystical realm of Wealth Wizards.